H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, the Robert Hatt alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the entire world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's a great day. It's Monday. It's a lot of stuff go. Oh my gosh, it's so much stuff. I don't even know where to start. I'm just gonna tell you. I can't tell you where to start. I see Thaddeus Moody is on the feed talking about the line out that moved up to third. Get out of here. But it's Monday, y'all. A great day for us. Busy day for us. But I'd like to start the day off talking about and saluting our starting five today. And our starting five is the people we affectionately talk about who are the first five people that sign up to the feed. And I just want to acknowledge those people right now. We have first five is Alex Costero, Rod Wells, Mindy Collins, Dale Griggs, and Thaddeus Moody. Shout out to those five people, but we got a sixth man of the day, and that's Chris Charles. What's up, Chris? And Freight, you right behind him. Man, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you how they got me. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some stuff today. Some behind the scenes stuff. They got Freight. Then they got Gary Sinclair, Wesley Yates. What's up, Wesley Yates? You're going to state, babe. I mean, you got one more game. Y'all got to explain that to me now a little bit. I know you're close. Tiffany Saunders in the building. I'm just showing you how they go. I'm going down. I got Rick Wilmore. I got Derek Johnson. Sonia Billingsley in the house. Franklin Paul is in the building. Daryl Anderson is in the building. Brandy Nickerson is in the building. Corey Willis. Jeremy Davis. Oh, let me get who else I got? Did anybody else? I got Rick Wilmore. Karen Roach is in the building. Oh, that my girl Tamika. Tamika Willis is in the building. Karen Thomas, boy, hey. Karen Thomas and her family, they all right with me. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about that later. I love Karen Thomas. Maite Corey's in the building. Hold on, Landon Ardwan is in the building. Hold up, y'all. Wait a minute. Somebody, I don't know who that is. I don't read all that. I can't read that crazy stuff now. Hold up. What's up, Wesley? Let me see who else. Marcus Johnson is in the building. Let me call my people. I know I don't usually do it. Sonia Howard Dallas is in the building. Dr. John Newsom. Hey, y'all better follow John Newsom. If y'all don't have a church home and your church don't come online, y'all better go. Dr. John Newsom. Y'all better find him on Facebook. He preaching every Sunday. Who else we got? Well, I can talk about it. Since Karen Thomas, she didn't know. Let me tell y'all something. Since this break, I have not been to a high school basketball game, a pro game, or a high school game, pro game, or college game. And I'm blessed to be able to, privileged. I could have went to Rockets game as I wanted to. I could have went, and I just chose not to go. But after I got my shot on Friday, and my arm it's back all right now. But on Saturday, it was, the old man. But I got my shot, and so I was not gonna go to the game. U of H in my alma mater, Memphis, played on Sunday. I was not. 11 o'clock in the morning, I was not going to go to that game because usually I was going to go and play a little golf after I watched my church on Sunday. But guess what happened? I got a text from the head coach of Memphis. And all he said, what about, when he said it like that, I just called to check on you. He wanted me to come to the game. Don't need him to give me no tea. Let me tell you something. That University of Houston staff, I call those people at the last minute, and they got me the parking pass, made sure I came in a way. I just wasn't exposed to everybody. First, wasn't nobody over there, and then a few people came over. Karen and her family came over because Karen and Karen's son played with DeAndre Williams, who's one of the players on University of Memphis. So we had a we had a great time, great game. Memphis played. Memphis is a absolutely extremely well coached team. and so is U of H, and it came down to a freshman hitting a half court shot to beat Memphis, and great game. And Karen, I got up and walked out, but I didn't watch the game. I watched the game from up in the car because I don't like to be in traffic because I was in the parking garage and I don't like to be in traffic, Karen. So I wanted to beat everybody out. So great game though, man. Yes, had a yeah. I went to the Memphis game. Yeah, went to I went to the Memphis game. You know, but guess what I love about the U of H game? U of H games got certain seats tied off. You can't even sit in those seats. They're keeping people spaced out, so it's a great great atmosphere. I was nervous. I ain't gonna tell you what I was nervous, and I was nervous, but I wind up having a great time. You know, because if the University of Houston win, you know, I want Memphis to win, but if Houston win, I can't get mad at it because I love that team. I support the coaches and the staff. So, yes, but yeah. Karen, I can't talk about that on the show because I was bashing a player a little bit, and he made a good play by the time when I got up and walked out. But y'all, I got some stuff I want to share with y'all. You know I got some. You know I'm always good. First of all, I want to talk about the Memphis game. Shout out to Baylor. Bobby Benjamin. I said, Bobby Benjamin, hold up. Bobby Benjamin is on the Facebook feed right now, y'all. If you're not on YouTube, he just popped up. And Bobby, y'all having a meeting? You had all your guys and your organization together. Y'all had a meeting. Y'all had what were y'all having on your Facebook feed? I'm just curious. Looked like a meeting of the mind of young black men. Looked like y'all had a plan. So I just want to know if you don't mind sharing, share a little bit what happened to you and your organization this weekend. But shout out to Baylor, the Bears. They won the Big 12 championship, and LJ Dad sent me this, so you know LJ is my kid. Y'all, you can get mad if you want it. That's my young fella. Dad sent me. They sent me a couple of more, but I wanted to post that. Young man from Morton Ranch High School, one of the top scorers in Texas history. They they won the conference championship yesterday by beating Texas Tech. Where's my man Daryl? Yeah, I saw him. Daryl Barnes didn't say nothing about that. I know he's kind of hot right now. Daryl, I ain't gonna mess with you today, baby. But yes, I was cheering for Baylor. What else happened, y'all? All-Star game last night. All-Star game last night. We're going to talk about that. We'll let Jimmy get in. But y'all, I had a unique experience yesterday, and I want to share with y'all. I want to share with you. What's up, Jeremy? I had a unique experience. I got a chance to go by the 13 restaurant. Uh, uh, Odyssey, Odyssey, I'm going to leave that comment. I'm gonna ignore your comment. But I had a unique experience yesterday. I got a chance to take go by and James Harden's number 13 restaurant yesterday, and let me tell you, one of the greatest dining experiences that I had. I looked around that place. Let me tell y'all something. There was no corners were cut, plush, different compartments, dining room over here, another bar over here with a hookah room. In the basement, they got a lounge where you can give a mini concert. You got a bowling alley, because I don't know if y'all know James liked to go to the bowl. He liked to bowl. So instead of going to a bowling alley now and spending all that money for all his friends, he put a bowling alley in the bottom of it. I don't know if that's open for the public or not. I don't know. But let me tell y'all, man, when I looked around and saw all of our beautiful black people supporting the black business, I don't care about all that other mess y'all be talking about, the basketball and all that. I ain't talking about that. But I was just so proud. The staff was great. John Newcomb, The staff was great. I mean, it's just my God. I forgot the name of my server. She was absolute. No, ain't no stripper poles in there. All this stupid ass shit. Ain't no stripper poles in there. I'm being serious right now, Rick. Uh, it's a great place to have uh whatever you want to have. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Then they got the patio outside. Oh yeah, Daryl. I mean, I didn't know. And the food. Let me tell you something. I went to brunch. I haven't been normally, but I went to brunch. And let me tell you, Alfio, yes, yeah, yeah. Let me tell you something. I went to brunch and they got a chicken and waffle. I don't know what they put in this chicken. Oh my, what a location. It's on Bagby. It's right by it's right near it used to be the old Mr. Peoples, if you ever went to that restaurant. And it's right by Cyclone Anaya, that on Bagby, right? It's right in that little area right there, man. Let me tell you, man. Karen Roach said his homeboy gave it a 2 thumbs up. I'm telling you, this is, I mean, when a black business, yes, Alfio, I'm always serious about black business. I'm a black business. Alfio, you a black business. So I don't like people to joke about black business because we got it's too much ignorance and too much disinformation, not misinformation, where you just give out the wrong information, but disinformation where people just know it's a lie and still feeding it to people. So I'm giving you some. I mean, when I tell you, I was proud. I was proud to sit back and watch how we can use our black dollars and how black people coming to support it. Of course, probably during the week, all people come. But this particular day on brunch, oh my goodness, the scenery, young single men, you would have had a ball yesterday. I was with my girl. I had security with me. But let me tell y'all something. Great, yeah, and I don't drink alcohol, so I don't drink, right? But guess what, Herb? They had a little mimosa right there, little mimosa, and I just asked. I said, "Let me taste it." That little thing tastes kind of good, y'all. That little mimosa tastes kind of good. But let me tell y'all something. It's a food place. It's a restaurant. It's happened to be a restaurant. It's called 13. Go look it up, y'all. It's a former football player. I mentioned it on the show a little bit. And I couldn't talk about it if I have never been. But when I went yesterday, the staff, I mean, they came over. The Greek, Slim Thug ain't told nobody about it. He ain't like me. Slim Thug came last week. They had a soft opening last week. And, but yes, yeah, you're going to have security in a place like that. You know, you got James Harden's name. 13 is on the thing, Paul Miranda. So, you know, we got some ignorant ass people around here. So yes, of course, you're going to have people to secure your place of business. Of course. Shit. Papado's got security, Paul Miranda. What damn restaurants you be going to? They don't have security. But shout out to those people, man. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can say what you want. We got a nice place in this town to go to. You know how people talking about we ain't got nowhere to go. Let me tell you something. Nice. And the food is good. I mean, try it yourself. It's called 13. It's right there at Midtown. Great location. And if the valet parking is, but guess what, y'all? This is a new staff. This is a new everything. So give them a little patience and give them a little time and make sure this. And I want y'all getting mad about something, mad about this. No, let me tell you something, man. Great place that we got another great place that we are able to support. And let me tell you something. Our people were supporting, did they? I mean, I think the brunch shut down at 3. It was crowded. It was crowded in that place when I left. So great bar area. If you don't want to have to be in the den, then and then to your people who like the hookah, they got a hookah room over there. A hookah room. I mean, y'all, it's just you got to go and experience. It's unbelievable. Thank you, James Harden. Thank you. I forgot the chef's name and it's killing me. I didn't write his name down, but unbelievable, Kevin Hampton. And they didn't even ask me to do it. Don't nobody know I was going to do this. I was going to talk about, but I had such an enjoyable experience when I having a great, because I know when people, when people have bad experience, they get on Yelp. So guess what? I'm getting on the Chop Shop today. Phil and Derek, what you said about Phil and Derek? I didn't hear what you said about Phil and Derek's. You put a question mark. What you mean by Phil and Derek's? Phil and Derek's is not this two different type of restaurant. This. Yes, Phil and Derek is great, but if you wanna dress up, if you don't have to, but if you wanna, this is it's a great date night spot. Great. I mean, you got to go and check it out yourself because different people got different tastes, and I'm blessed enough to be able to go all over the world. But it's this is it's 13 restaurant. I don't know the website. Just Google 13 restaurant. James Harden 13 restaurant. 13 restaurant. It's I don't have all that. I didn't mean to give it an information commercial today. I just wanted y'all to know that y'all have a place. Y'all had a place that if y'all wanted to go, to a nice place, man, let me tell you, it's way up. And guess what? It was look at that. Who was that? Mario. I guess that's what I had, the churro chicken and waffle. I think that's it. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see the menu that good. And I didn't feel like, so I just said, this chicken and waffle, give me that. And I love it. I can't wait to go back. Yeah, it's upscale. It's upscale, but, on Sunday brunch is a little more casual. I had a sweater, because it's a little chill. I had a sweater. But I tell you, I want y'all to tell you, hey, Paul Miranda, they got an outdoor patio that you can see all the cars pass by and doing when it get a little warmer. That outdoor patio gonna be ridiculous. That's gonna be prime real estate. The big TVs out there. I mean, then you can take your hookah out there if you want to. I mean, it's called 13 restaurant. It's just unbelievable, man. I didn't want to go on and on and on. Then let's talk about Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin got bought out. Yes, it's big. Great. It's a big place. Blake Griffin got bought out by the Nets. Did y'all see that? He got bought out by the Nets. Got bought out by the Detroit Pistons. And he came over there to play. He wanted to come over there and play with somebody. The people talking about don't nobody want to play with. He come over there. He want to play with James Harden. So I think that was unique. Some things that happened over the weekend. The murder trial starts today. The Derek Chauvin. Let me repeat this. The Derek Chauvin murder trial starts today. Not the George Floyd trial. Don't y'all let these people. Words are important to me. The Derek Chauvin murder trial, because they've been talking about the George Floyd. Hell no. We do our own narrative. The Chauvin killed Floyd, not the other way around. And that's how I just wanted to lead this out today. And I know a lot of people. How much was the buyout? I didn't look. I know he left $13 million on the table. Derek Johnson. He left $13 million on the table, and it was he wanted to get the hell out of there. He wanted. Hey, y'all. I told y'all a long time ago. I was telling a guy last night. But Robert, they don't do stuff the old ways. Hey, y'all. Kevin Hampton, Kevin Freitman, Paul Miranda. People don't do shit the old, that's the past. We don't do stuff the old way no more. It's the past. Look at how we can communicate right now on this TV, on this screen. We couldn't do that back then. It's the past. I don't want to go back to the past. I want to make some new memories. I'll talk about it and have fun in the past, but let's make new memories, man. I'm sitting there thinking about everybody. Somebody called me the other day. The old players, they wouldn't have did that. Yes, they would have. But those old players were locked in back in the day, y'all. And I gave y'all the story. I told y'all to go read Spencer Haywood's book. I tried to give you a breadcrumb so you can understand. If you go read, the players couldn't be. Remember I told you. I gave you this analogy. Remember this, write this down so you can have this for talking points at the beauty shop. Yes, I got it, Maite. I got to read it a little bit more. I can't read one article and talk about it, but it's a great article. But I want to do some research before I talk about it. I gave y'all something years ago. Thaddeus Moody. I don't know. Martin Vaughn, I gave y'all some. I said, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird saved the league. Okay? Because the league was on tape delay. I mean, the league was on a life support center. In 79, it was on a life support. I mean, the league was terrible. I mean, it was going down. No TV rating. Nobody liked to see him play. So Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved the league. Michael Jordan made the league global. Okay? But LeBron James made the league mobile. Mobile means players now can move around. I can go play with my partner Dwayne Wade and go get Chris Bosh from Toronto. I can move around when I'm tired over here. I can go back to Cleveland, bring me a couple of pieces, and got Kyrie there, bring Kevin Love in, and can win. And now I can go to L.A. I sit over there, and first of all, I send KCP out there to check the waters and see how they treat you in Los Angeles and how the Lakers treat you. I send him out there, and then I come out there, and then I guess what? I get Rich Paul to go sign Anthony Davis. Then I get Anthony Davis to come out here with me. LeBron made the league mobile. So when Blake Griffin get a buyout, he took $13 million less of his money. Yeah. What's up, Corey? Me and Corey was talking about he 13. So he got a chance to say, I got 29, can't go back to Detroit. I got 29 other teams that I can choose to go to. And he chose to go to the Nets. Okay? What y'all want him to come to? Y'all want him to choose the Rockets? Did y'all? Come on, y'all. Y'all wouldn't have did it yourself. So, but that's a unique stuff. I repeat again. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson saved the league. Michael made it global when he went over there to the Olympic Games and he showed out. And everybody across the world wanted to see the NBA then. And then LeBron James made it mobile. And what I think about is, y'all, think about y'all when y'all first got out of school, college, and when y'all first got y'all first job. Some of y'all might be that's a good question, Other Brown. Does that buyout come as one big check? All they do is they give him the rest of his money minus the 13 million. I don't know how they do it because I don't know how their pay structure is done at that particular franchise. But that's all they do. I mean, they owe him a lot of money, but now they can redo their books. And guess what? It's gonna change their salary cap. They can chop the 13 up into years, and it'll help them on their salary cap. So, Otha Brown, that was a good question. But it's just unique, man. I mean, this stuff we learn, this stuff we experience on the Chop Shop. And I got another topic. I got to take a break right now. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you what did not sit well with me. No, Penny ain't that sick. I mean, Penny ain't that sick. You know, Mindy said I walked away for a second, and you may have mentioned it, but Penny, no, he's not that sick. I mean, he a coach. Y'all don't understand them coaches, man, them coaches, hey, you know, they hit a big shot to tie the game. And if I got a freshman gonna throw up a half court shot, I'll live with that shot. I call that good coaching. I live with that shot. Guess what? Guess what happened? Quentin Grimes didn't get it. The best player on the floor didn't get it. So that's good coaching. That young man, Tremont Marks, shout out to Tremont Marks for making a great shot. I'm going back to the Memphis game because Mindy just talked about it. But it's a great day, but we got a lot to talk about. Hey, who saw Coming to America? We can talk about a little bit. Who saw Coming to America? What you think about it? What else? What about the Meghan and Harry interview? I have not seen the whole interview. I fell asleep on the interview, but it's unique. There's a lot of unique stuff going on, man. Yeah, you know what I thought about before I go to the break? So ironic that a family had to come to America to get away from racism. I'm gonna repeat that because everybody went. Meghan and Harry had to get away from London to come to the United States to get away from racism. It must have been hella bad over there for them to come over here. Yeah, yeah. So I wanted to leave y'all there, but Sonya Howard said something. I went to see Penny coach Memphis a year ago. He looked so straight. He just, yeah. Let me explain something about Penny. He hate to lose. He ain't playing for no job. He ain't playing for so he got a 5-year deal. He got $80 million in the bank already. He ain't play. He just hate to lose. And sometimes great players can't put what's in them inside of these young players, man. These 19-year-old players and 19, 20-year-old players, man, they will kill you. But Chop Shop, we're gonna come back. Jimmy be back. Jimmy should be back when we come back from break. But yeah, I got more. We got more to talk about. Chop Shop, be back in a minute. All right.
Ooh, you fine young.
Hey there, everyone. Tammy Allen here, your relationship coach. Tell me, do you and your partner feel like you're struggling to communicate and have begun living like roommates? No need to worry. I can teach you new, healthy communication skills to improve your relationship. I provide coaching via teleconferencing from the convenience of any location, including your own home. Call me today to schedule your first appointment at 713-597-4499, or you can find more information at my website, www.allencounselinggroup.com. I look forward to working with you.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live, and he should be on shortly. Y'all know, guess what? Y'all know what time it is. It's spring icebreaker time. So guess what? You know what? I think this day, this is the day that the people got to pay. It might have been over the weekend. You got to pay your money. You know how you got to, you got to pay the money, your entry fee. And so if you don't pay, you'll get bumped out because you got a waiting list. So it's a unique day for him. He gonna come home and tell us about it. I didn't want to crowd it, but I don't want to mess up his thunder. Let him talk about it a little bit. But like I said, y'all, it's a lot of stuff that happened in the news over the weekend, and I was just thinking about when I was thinking about the young lady last night. Hey, Nisha Phillips. I was thinking about your younger Meghan Markle last night. Every time I see a woman that's in distress, I think about my sisters. And I think about my daughter. I think about them. I mean, serious. Every time I see somebody doing something to a woman, I think about the women in my sphere of influence. Because I'm very protective of them. And so I was just I was thinking about she coming out speaking her piece last night on Oprah, and it brought me up. I saw Zora Neale Hurston. Look her up, Zora Neale Hurston. I've talked about her on the show, Black History lady. She had a saying that if you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. I'm going to repeat that one. Zora Neale Hurston, one of her quotes. She said, if you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. Like his mom, Princess Diana. She talked about it, but she didn't really get a chance to talk about her pain. It's unbelievable. I'm sitting here thinking about it. And I hope y'all saw it. I hope people see it. Because, I mean, we going. And then I thought about some, what's up, Jeffrey Day? I see you. Then I thought about some. I haven't seen it all, Herb. I'm going to go see. I couldn't believe the dollar. I don't know about the dollar figures. I didn't get to that part, Herb. I mean, I don't mind you telling me because, I'm going to still go see it anyway. But it's just unique, man. I mean, she said it. She said, if we're silent about our pain, people will kill you and say you enjoyed it. So women, men, if you're hurting, let people know. Let people know. Coming to America. Let's talk a little bit about that before Jimmy get it. Because I'm going to tell you, I want to laugh a little bit because I was thinking about this word that Greg McDermott used the other day. The plantation word. That's my nephew's on the thing. I was thinking about that word, plantation. I want to talk about coming to America, but guess what? In my heart, and I know a lot of people don't think like me, but words are very important. Words have started wars. Words are so powerful. Words got you your wife, Walter Yates. Words got you your job because you had to talk to get the job. That's how words, how powerful words are. Words can start wars. That man said, out of all the words in the lexicon, this man said, he used the word plantation. Yeah, yeah. Dr. Newsom told me to keep going, and but Herb, we gonna talk about Herb. We gonna talk later. Let Jimmy come in. I don't want y'all to talk about the same stuff that me and Jimmy are talking about. Herb Baker talking about it's a parent. He talking about it's a parent. It's a $10,000. A coach told a parent that he had to pay for his kid to play summer basketball. $10,000. Okay, $10,000. Barry McDonald said his subdivision is called Plantation. I need to get the hell out of there. I don't know. Not if you don't feel the way I feel. Not if you don't feel the way I just feel that way. So I thought about these black athletes. Y'all check this out. These guys are not paid and are making their universities a lot of money. On the plantation, they're not paid and making the overseer a lot of money. Okay. Hey, y'all. A few years ago, matter of fact, let me go through my notes, and I'm gonna put in a name. You know how y'all put that name in, Jim? I'm gonna put in my name. I'm gonna put in Mr. Hawkins, Professor Hawkins. Okay, Hawkins. Okay, Billy Hawkins. Okay, he hold on, I ain't ready for that yet. Billy Hawkins. Let me look. Let me look him up. The reason I say that he's a University of Houston. Hold on. University of Houston. I got to find it. Okay. He's a University of Houston professor, and he wrote this book. And the book was called. I wasn't prepared for it. He wrote a book about. Here it is. He came on the Chop Shop back in. Let me look at the date. May 8th of 2017. May 8th, 2017. Hey man, I can't erase that solicitor off the air. Hey, if somebody's soliciting on this, let's get this straight right now. If somebody's soliciting on here, man, ignore their ass. Okay? We smart enough, man. Y'all don't be playing with them folks, man. Y'all gotta understand this site is popular now. So we're gonna have trolls. This ain't the little neighborhood show no more. So we're gonna have damn fools coming on here soliciting. So ignore them. Ignore their ass. Please. I wish I had saw it earlier and I could have got him off, but I'm doing double duty here. And he using y'all name. I'm gonna get him off in a minute. Just hold on when I go to the break. But let me get back to my thing. Let's ignore that shit. All right, come on now. All right, they don't want us to. Hey, they don't want y'all to have this information. Somebody don't want you to have this information. That's why I'm gonna give it to you. This guy Billy Hawkins wrote a book. University. Thank you, Tiffany. Love you, Tiffany. He wrote a book called The New Plantation. May 8th, 2017, he came on the Chop Shop. Come on, y'all, focus back. Don't worry about the solicitor no more. Focus back. He wrote a book, Billy Hawkins. He came on the Chop Shop. And the book is called The New Plantation, Black Athletes, College Sports, and Predominantly White NCAA Institution. That's a book. So now, fast forward to 2021, Greg McDermott, after a loss to Xavier, gathered his guys, basketball team at Creighton University, Omaha, Nebraska, and said, look here, man, y'all, I can't have nobody leaving the plantation. We got to stay on the plantation. I can't have nobody leaving the plantation. Tell y'all something, man. I'm trying to see where I'm going to start with this. And trying to see. I'm just trying to see. It's unique. It's unique. I got so many notes I'm going. First of all, and then, hold up. Alpha, you're still on here. And then we have somebody. We see the owners, excuse me, the donors from the University of Texas during that same week talk about, yes, they are on Facebook, King Sticks. It's somebody trying to solicit. Yeah. I'm going to find out who it is. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Like I say, focus. That said that if y'all don't play the eyes of Texas, if these players don't do what I want them to do, if these players don't do what we want them to do, them blacks got to get over this. Them blacks got to get over this. They free now. Them blacks got to get over this. Let me tell you about a plantation, in case you don't know. You know, some people don't know. What it is, what it is. It's an inequitable system that is built on the labor of overwhelmingly majority of black male and female athletes that are generating revenue for the whole athletic department. So, those 7-figure salaries that your favorite head coaches, Dabo Swinney and all them get, that's what that labor allowed them to do this. They're also funding the non-revenue general sports, like golf and tennis and lacrosse and all of them, okay? This is a business model that is hyper exploitative. What I mean, there's also additional levels to exploitation and disrespect built in. And part of that is when those donors from these big time institutions, too often they act like they own the team. We have no better example than what happened at Texas last week. In June, y'all got to remember in June, after the George Floyd thing, these black college athletes started speaking out. They didn't want to be no part of these old racist relics. The boosters. I compare them to owners. I'm a millionaire. I'm going to give this young black dude a chance. But he has to do what I say. If not, he can't work in this state. I'm going to cut him off. Black folks should be grateful to go to the University of Texas. Doug Jones. And hold on, y'all. This is not just a Texas problem. Jerome Solomon wrote a great article. And if you follow me on Twitter, I said, great job, Mr. Solomon. The power, and I said this last week. And sometimes, you know what? Steve Hayes, I'm going to keep saying it until we get it. I know we get it, but we got to get some more of our friends to get it. The power of this relationship is held by elite student athletes who are 17, 18, 19 years old, and their parents. Many of them dreamed of playing in Texas. Many of them dream of playing at Illinois University. Many of them dream of doing this stuff. It's their dream. But I told you, recruiting is where the rubber meets the road. That's when you have the power in your recruiting. That's you can ask these questions. They can't win without these players, man. Remember I told you. That's why we need, if Barry Switzer would exploit this on Texas quickly. My question is, I want y'all to ask, Herb, you was there. What is it like, y'all, to be in these days? I mean, in my days too, but what was it like to be a black athlete at a PWI? Get their degrees. Damn, Darryl Barnes, Darryl Barnes, the grad assistant get a damn degree. Everybody, the support staff get a degree. Shit, the dude who washed the balls off get a damn degree. Darryl Barnes. Everybody gets. I mean, everybody. I'm talking about the players who put their health and all of that on the line to get talked to like this. I'm not worried about all that other crap. You talking like one of them. They get a degree. Shit, everybody around there get a damn degree. The dude that sweep up the floor around there get a degree. No, it's not enough. Ain't nobody coming to see you. If you weren't an athlete, they weren't coming to see you, Darryl Barnes. They coming to see Jared Culver. We got to get smarter. Some of us are sometimes so heavily minded that we ain't no earthly good. We sit up on our lofty, educated purses and say, well, you get a degree. Degree ain't what we're talking about right here. Get a degree to all of them. Come on. Okay. I thought about this, y'all. And I went check this up. Check this out. My boy Stephen Woods is there. University of Maryland, who won 2 games against the University of Texas. University of Maryland, who won 2 games against University of Texas. Maryland, I just looked it up, y'all. It's just random. Is the only PWI in the country. And I'm not singing Maryland plays. I went to University of Memphis. I'm just giving you some context here. Sometimes, let's listen to me with a third ear, not with your regular ears, because that ain't working. Use that extra ear you got. Maryland is the only PWI in this country, y'all, with a black president, Mr. Darrell Pines, a black AD, Damon Evans, and a black football coach, Mike Loxley. If you're not trying to go to an HBCU, but you want to take your talents to a Power 5 program, this is one of the elite conferences in America, the Big Ten. You can consider them as well. The only PWI in the United States, they got a black president, a black AD, and a black head coach. University of Maryland. I'm just the messenger. Consider them. But this man said, stay on the plantation. That damn statement don't even make sense. After Juneteenth, the plantation was supposed to be over. Herb telling us his encounter at a PWI. He said it was a trip. I had to adapt. David West was my roommate. He was one of the whitest black men I've ever encountered. David taught me how to play the game with coaches, professors, and he taught how to deal with white boy. Herb, quit, Herb. Herb, I'm trying to paint a picture, Herb. I want to know, Jeff Johnson. Jeff, I miss you, baby. Jeff, I want to know, Jeff, why did this come to his mind? Why did this come? Why did plantation, out of all the words in the lexicon, why did plantation come to his mind? Because he was looking, hold on, y'all, help me. Yeah, Jeff, could it be because he was looking at those 13 exploited black bodies that he got on his team? Dr. Newsom. It encompasses, y'all, what college sports have become. To me, it's very telling. In American history, when you call something slavery, you do it for a reason. Not necessarily because it's apples to apples, but there is some form of exploitation. Maybe in Greg McDermott's mind, Greg McDermott said that because he realized I'm making $1 million, some millions of dollars. These guys playing, they ain't getting nothing but, as Darryl Barnes said, a degree, which I'm giving my towel boy, everybody else down there, the support staff, they getting a damn degree too. But they paying to see these players. That's where I'm getting all this money from. But and maybe he said that, Greg McDermott, maybe Tyrone, he wanted the listeners to know how horrible it is. Maybe Greg McDermott is doing us a favor. Maybe he wanted the listeners to know how horrible it is. Maybe Greg McDermott knows it's a plantation system. See, I know y'all been mad at Greg, but you know what? I said, why the hell did he say that? Hey, y'all, we think we know how horrible slavery was, but we don't know. We wasn't there. All I know is for the last 60 years, people have been noting that big-time college sports, football, basketball, is operating a lot like the slave system. We had a guy just come on here and say, well, let's get a degree. You get your degree and move on. Whether you want to call these guys coaches or overseers, but you have, check this out. This is what I want you to share with y'all. You have a power dynamic, man. This economic power dynamic where there's persons who have complete control over your life, Paul Miranda, for 4 to 5 years. If you're not NBA bound. And if you don't do what they say, you are gone. And at the same time, you being there and you being successful earns them bonuses, earns the school money, earns the conference money. Everybody gets paid except the 19-year-old athlete. Just get your degree, man, and move on. Just get your degree and just move on. When he calls it a plantation, we all have to pause and say, this really is like a plantation. Y'all help me out, man. I'm just the messenger. I just see this stuff different, Landon. I'm gonna give you Landon. Hold on, Landon. I can't say the word. First of all, I got to give your ass some symptoms first, Landon. And then maybe y'all can find a solution. I don't know the damn solution. My name ain't God, but I'm just trying to give it to y'all. Maybe if you listen instead of writing, maybe you can come up with a more solution. What we do about it? Hold on. No, I can't come down. I can't come down because I can't come down, Kim. You know why? We've been calm for too long about this now. When I'm talking now, I'm saying this for a fact. I want one of you brilliant ass minds out here to help come up with a solution. You don't have to send your kids to them damn colleges, Miss Parents. You don't have to. You choose to. Oh, let's not even talk about that NFL combine. I'm just trying to share something with y'all. Y'all, and I understand. Y'all, can't y'all come up with a solution? I'm giving you the information. Goddamn, I got to do everything, Daryl. Yeah, I got to go buy the bacon. I got to cook it and serve it to you too, Daryl. Dr. Newsom. Dr. Newsom, I know how you preachers feel right now sometimes. They want me to preach the sermon and then make all the damn solutions and do all the solutions. No, I want this brilliant chop shop to come up with some solutions. When he called it, I told y'all, I don't care if he misspoke or not. It is similar. Did I give y'all the definition of plantation? Y'all go look it up. I ain't going back up there and get it to you. That man said, Rick Wilmore, he said, I need both feet in, y'all. I need everybody to stay on the plantation. But I got something for you, Rick Wilmore and John, Walter Yates and Wesley. Wesley, I got something for you. Yeah, Wesley. Excellent footage. Yeah. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about sports. Jimmy going to come on here and think I'm going to go overtime today. Oh, no. What happens? Help me with this, Landon. Landon, I know what you were saying. Landon, we're on the same team, baby. I know what you were saying. I got you. But I just use your comment in case anybody else was going to talk about it. Landon, we on the same side. But check this out, Landon. The interesting thing, Dr. Newsom, and I know you're a deep thinker, is the unsaid part of that statement he used when he talked about the plantation. What he didn't say, what happens if you leave the plantation? Dr. Newsom, I'm going to wait. I know it's a 10-second delay. I'm going to give y'all a second. The interesting thing to me, y'all, I said, the unsaid part of the statement. He said, I need both feet in. I did. Trey Phillips. What happened when you try to leave the plantation, Trey? Trey, y'all got to hear that one now. Trey. Whoo! What happens? I tell you what happens. They talk about you bad in public. Look what they did to Jalen Johnson again at Duke. Say he shut it down at Duke. I'll wait. Go Google it. Y'all, I'm not saying woe is us. No, believe you me, we're going to come up with something. Because you remember what I said, Doug Jones? I said we had the power. Landon, we got the power. Landon, think about it. Landon, he didn't say it, but you know how I think, Landon. I'm thinking to myself, what happens if the kids leave? Y'all remember Jalen Jones who left, who shut it down at Duke? Duke was losing. The young guy left. They talked about it like a dog on Twitter, them white folks. And they talk, he quit. He did. He quit. He quit on his team. He quit. Man, I'm finna go to the league, man. I had fun at Duke. I'm gone. Or they do like they used to do. Y'all remember? Hold on, y'all. I'm finna help you out now. Or they deny your transfer. Hold on. Hey, Thaddeus. Hey, Corey, you know about this. Corey, your son probably went through some of this. Man, hold up. Hey, this ain't finna happen no more. Hold on, man. Hold on. I got something for y'all. I got it. Hold on. I got something. Y'all just hold on. I'm trying to yeah, ban from the page. I'm doing it all. Jimmy done popped in. Jimmy done popped up now. Hold on. Ed Rogers, I love you, Ed Rogers. See, that's what I love. See, I told y'all we got some smart guys on this thing. Ed Rogers said, HBCUs. Let me get there. Let me pray. Jimmy, let me see if I got you in there, Jimmy. Hold on, Jimmy. Let me get you. I got you. Let me get you. Let me get Jimmy on in there. Let me see, can I get him? Let me see, can I add him to the right? Jimmy, come up a little bit, baby. Come up a little bit. Y'all check this out, right? This is what they used to do to you on the plantation. On that thing. They deny your transfer, and now you got the transfer. We got the transfer portal now, right? But one of the basic rights in America is supposed to be your freedom of mobility. That's why I never get mad at the Kevin Durant and the LeBron James for moving. You got a right to go where you want. That's why, how could you get mad at James for wanting to go and play with Kevin Durant? He didn't say he wanted to go and play with somebody else. But when it comes to these so-called amateur athletes, y'all, they strip these rights away. This is what Doug McDermott might have been saying to us. He might have been telling us something. You can transfer, Jimmy, but you can't transfer in state. You can transfer, but you can't transfer in conference. They used to limit the schools that the kid can transfer to. You can't. We're going to play against these people in 2025. You can't transfer this. This is the plantation that this man was talking about. Amateurism is a sham. And I'm going to end with this, Jimmy. No, you here. Some of it's because of timing, but because when Eddie Robinson, I never forget, when Eddie Robinson was coaching Doug Williams and encouraging him to go to pros. Doug Williams went to Grambling. That relationship was mutual beneficial because, for me, I think he cared about Doug Williams. He also wanted him to be successful in the NFL. But if Doug Williams was a doctor, a teacher, or a ditch digger, I think Coach Eddie Robinson would have been concerned about it. He just wanted him to be successful generally, right? Because now back then, y'all got to realize, because the money was much smaller, there was not bonus for Eddie Robinson to get. Eddie Robinson was getting a tremendous, he wasn't getting a tremendous bonus. He was getting well paid and compensated for his day, but it wasn't an astronomical fee like making 100 times more than the secretary of the school. Where we are now, y'all, mediocre coaches, like Gus Malzahn, whatever his name, dude getting fired and getting $20 million. How would you feel if you played for Auburn? Mediocre coaches. But guess what? We can't dare give these players anything. We can't dare give it. So it's a unique situation, Jimmy. I was just talking about the plantation, But I know you're back. I know you was busy with your thing. I think it was a unique topic. I had to get that out. It's just because that plantation word was bothering me over the weekend. It was bothering me a little bit, and I just had to share with the people a little bit. What's going on, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I hop right up in there, guys. You guys know every year it gets that time getting close to spring icebreaker, and just got I'm trying to juggle everything and get on up in there. So we're here. Let's talk the Creighton situation. This isn't the first time. It's just the most recent of a coach that's in the public spotlight, which is Coach McDermott. Last week there was a group, and probably remember I told you guys I'm not part of many like groups. Like I don't, because once one, like the group text I'm talking about, part of the group, because what happened is sometimes a lot of people don't understand etiquette in the group text. Somebody texts, then next thing you know, somebody else respond, and your phone is just steady going off, and guys just saying LOL, okay, huh? That's wasting my phone, my battery time. That's wasting my. So I'm not members of many, but there's one group chat that's with a few Black assistant college coaches that are part of this one. And last week, even at the first cue of it, our thing was we got to provide a landing space cushion for Terrence Wrencher, who's known as T. Wrench, who's an assistant coach at Creighton. So that means there's no way to shoot at McDermott without the buckshots hitting T. Wrench. And T. Wrench is one of those coaches he's on the move upward. He's from New York City. They love him there. They loved him when he was at the University of Texas, kicking butt on the court. And as he transitioned over into the college ranks, he still has that pedigree and street cred, to whereas his relationships East Coast and even in the South and even some on the West Coast are fruitful for T. Wrench. So they're going to be hiring another coach at Creighton. Obviously, the assistant coach, the interim, or the coach right now is the associate head coach, who's not T. Wrench. He's going to be higher up the pecking order normally. So what we was talking about was, hey guys, on your staff, it's time to start finding and putting a bids in for that way, because T. Wrench won't become a full-fledged victim or casualty, should I say, of this whole scenario. And that's how you look out. That's kind of like one of those things. Whenever there's a sacrifice or a sacrificial lamb, we as a community got to find or certain people in every community they should feel compelled or obligated to help with the process of providing a landing cushion, meaning a solution or an alternative. And if somebody that's fighting for a cause and get fired, hell, it's time to go put the hat around and get some eggs and some meat and some bread and take to their house or get them through. That's just how it's supposed to be. It ain't always like that. But in this case, for the guys that if guys that are good in the business, they're good at what they do, then good things are going to be awaiting for them in this type of situation. T. Wrench, I have no doubt in my mind that he will be, because of some of the guys in this group, they can convince their bosses, hey man, we can use this dude. Well, understand something. What's on his resume? What conference is Creighton in, Hatter?
Big East? I don't know.
Big East.
Okay.
So that he has Big East experience in scouts. He has recruiting in that conference. And since he's been there, he's only been there a couple of years. I think T. Wrench took Steve Lutz's place. Lutz was at Creighton. He went over to is it Purdue? I think Purdue. And Lutz and Wrench got on that staff then. That's we got to look out for him. If he's ever recruited, if you're a grassroots coach and he's ever recruited your players, and guess what? Your player might have went somewhere else. That means that guy was out of his region recruiting your player. I'm not talking about when he was in the Southland Conference. I'm talking about he's out of your region recruiting your players. That's a hell of a gamble. Whenever coaches do that as assistants, if you don't know this, that's a gamble, because there's one like your kid, probably, unless he's an anointed 5-star. There's a player that's similar to your kid in around every metropolitan city in the United States of America. You follow me? And so this is how now you guys, you coaches, this is when you're supposed to text him, send him a text, man. Like he texts you asking about your kids, text him and say, hey, T-Wrench, we with you, brother. This stuff is hard as college assistant coaches. These guys, understand, it's not meant for you to feel extremely sorry for them, but it's meant for you to understand situations. They're moving their families across the countries, staying at gigs that are, understand, assistant coach gigs in the most part. Some guys are forced them to get 2-year deals, but they're year to year for the most part. Year to year. Seasoned guys that get 2-year deals. That means when the head coach is gone on June the 1st, your ass is out. Your checks stop on June the 1st. It's a hell of a life. But that comes with it, though. You signed up for that as a college coach. So just pay attention, guys. Don't just stand on the sidelines on this type of stuff. Let a guy know you got him. You guys out there with scouting services, you quick as hell to send these damn emails to these college coaches. Hey, coach, when you go send invoices, should I say? You send them invoices like it ain't nothing. This is when he needs you right here. This is when he needs you. Guys like that. Then there's some of you guys.
You talking to those people in the back, like most of us, me and a lot of us on this Facebook feed, we ain't. What can we do? I mean, you talking to the people in the business. In the business.
That's first and foremost.
Okay.
First and foremost, because the layers of those are people that can directly just brighten this guy's day.
Okay. Gotcha.
Can you vividly imagine what he's going through?
I got you.
And a lot of these coaches understand something, man. They taking care of their families. Trust me, we saw Terrence TJ Johnson go through this stuff in similar fashion with his head coach at Texas State, with Danny Casper. Think about the situation TJ was in. And right now, I'm hearing rumblings. Mind you, Wichita State gave Zeke Brown the job. No, he earned it. He earned it. I call him Zeke.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
He earned it, but they finally look what it took for him to get it. TJ done won the conference, He'd won the conference. He had and then on top of that, his program found a creative way to make note of their team, to make their team at the Texas State Bobcats become national viral news, at least for a day. You know how? Because somebody thought of making that video and pressing record after that team won to clinch the Southland. I mean not Southland, I'm tripping. They part of the Sun Belt Championship Conference Championship, and followed when the kids went out and TJ was in COVID protocol, drove up in the vehicle and was waiting in the back tunnel in his vehicle, secluded. And the kids saw him and just flocked to the car. You could feel the love oozing through your screens at how those kids loved that head coach. You could feel it. And guess what? They still ain't gave him the job yet, Adam. Mm-hmm. See, they didn't think. See, to me, Texas State, it almost feels like somebody made a Randolph and Mortimer deal with him a year ago. I mean, last season. It almost feels like that.
They didn't bet $1, did they?
It might have been, you know what? Randolph and Marlon, remember in Trading Places, the two characters, when they got Eddie Murphy, they both met in the restroom and say, we got this, that little guy that's sitting out there on the front. Let's put him in charge. So, because we don't want Dan Aykroyd to have it. Let's put him in charge, and which is Eddie Murphy. I bet you $1 that he fails. And other one say, I bet you $1 for real. And that it was only $1, but they were for real about that $1.
Oh, they were saying, yeah, yes, sir.
It was $1, but the significant value was about $1 million to them. They didn't want to lose that $1. No. One of them. And think about it. So this is what they did. They put TJ in charge, finally gave him the gig. You know why? It's some black stuff. We're going to show you guys. We love you people.
We love the blacks.
We some of our best friends are your kind. We love y'all. What are they talking about? Look, we got a head coach. We give you what you want. So now the team had came in 3rd place a year ago. They came in 3rd place under Danny Casper, and they were ready to give him a significant pay raise. So he was ready to give him a pay raise after coming in 3rd. So now you hire to try to hush everybody up the nigger. That's how you know somebody done said it before. You know that. I'm just you can imagine how it works.
Come on.
Right? So then you hire him. He come in 1st place, and now you can get him for a discount to the $1. And TJ, that's another whole thought. TJ just be happy to get the job. You not understanding, even when he do, they're gonna still lowball because they don't value us as equal. Think about that. You're happy, which that's a whole nother process. That's why representation is important, and that's how on your side of the fence, representation is important to make sure that people don't forget the value. It's hard for you to negotiate yourself when you slight it. You just have to get the job, thinking we'll talk terms later.
No.
They know better. They're pros at it. No. They do it all the time in various sports. If you're fortunate, you'll get to do it one time in your lifetime.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. They ain't gave him a job. So now here's what I'm hearing down there in San Marcos.
Whoa. That's down there where we go to the outlet down there?
Yeah, what outlet?
Okay, keep going.
They got a Gucci store down there too now. They got a Gucci store down there.
I know.
Ain't many Gucci stores and outlets now. They don't just plant them anywhere.
Guess what? It's Gucci store in the outlet. Have you noticed? You never see a Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton said we never go to an outlet. But we'll talk about that later. But keep going.
So catch this. We're talking about Texas State and Terrence T.J. Johnson, head coach. He's from New Orleans. He lived in Houston a couple of years. And he's very, very, very visible in the grassroots scene. Coach under the Texas Pro umbrella, and under that was founded by Marlon Lowe. This TJ, he still has not been named head coach at Texas State, despite coming in 1st place. So what I'm hearing is how there are some people that's in the upper administration. Now they're putting the jacket on TJ's back, or attempting to put the jacket on his back in their reluctancy, claiming, well, he was there when this was going on. He's an enabler. So why didn't he say nothing then? If all these testimonies and this stuff was going on. This is what they're saying right now in their circles as to why they ain't giving this dude this job, which is crazy as hell. And we sit here and understand this is a question that it has to begin to be implemented in conversations. What are you willing to fight for? If you ain't willing to fight for nothing, then what would you even call yourself if you got into the fight and you called for help and nobody was willing to fight for you? Remember, you're not willing to fight for yourself. then but you expect other people to join in your fight whenever you get ready to fight. You want people to join you though. Everybody should stop what they're doing. Like we are career firemen. You know how a fireman can be at the place and they that bell go off, they got to slide down that pole. Back in the old days, now they go down the stairs. But you know, and get on in the truck and they ready to roll. As is on call. You expect us to be firemen. You're firemen. Remember, we got to go somewhere, hook up the hose, put out the fire that you probably done started. So we your firemen. But if we don't want to come to work and the house burned down, then what? Then how you feeling now? That's your fight. Your fire. You ain't paying no taxes. You ain't paying. I'm just giving another exact analogy. But back to the phrase in this situation, it don't even smell right, man. At Texas State.
That's a hell of Jim. That's a lawyer. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. There's a lawyer down there in St. Marcus started that. I'm gonna tell you, Jimmy. That's some slick. That's some slick. Jimmy, that's slick. And it's Jimmy, and it's true though. They gonna use that, man. If that's the argument they using against him, that's a powerful move, Doc. He was complicit. He was an enabler. He could have came to us, but TJ got to come back with his representative. But no, he's the boss. I can't go in this business. You go against the boss, you're done. You go against the boss, you're done, Jimmy. Come on. And guess what? And if the boss got any kind of power, you're going to be blackballed in the whole business. If you go against your boss. You know a situation like that.
When I first started in the business, a couple of years after being in, maybe I was 5-6 years in the business, and the situation went down at Indiana with Bobby Knight. Right? Bobby Knight gets steps down. Remember, it was a bunch of pushback. That was Indiana. That's Indiana is that's Indiana for basketball at the high school level is what, if you're from the East Coast and you're a New Yorker, or if you were close by and you felt that New York, the culture of basketball in New York for black folk, well, that's the equivalent or the closest thing that you would get to the culture of high school basketball for white folk is Indiana. If I had to just put it out there for you. I know you guys laugh at your screens all the time. You say, man, this heat's crazy. This heat's, where you come from this? But then you think it's so keen, you're like, damn, yeah, it makes sense. Remember, like I told you guys before, Boston is the equivalent of the white Atlanta for a college student. For a college student, you're in your late teens, early 20s. Boston, that area is the equivalent of the experience that a black college student would get if you're in Atlanta. Think about how many schools located around there. But back to the Indiana and the Mike Davis thing. Mike Davis was named the interim. He did not take the same stand with Bobby Knight. Mike Davis used to be the head coach at TSU. He's over at Detroit Mercy right now. Mike Davis decided, he's just like, man, damn, I mean, that was him. I take the job. You gonna pay me how much? Damn, I get a pay raise and get to live my dream. Mike Davis takes over the team, guys, leads the Indiana Hoosiers to the Final Four. How about that? Miracle season. They go to the Final Four. I think a year later, he was gone. You guys can correct me and look it up. I think a year later, he was gone at UAB. He's from Alabama. went to UAB. You can look it up. And won 20 games like all but 1 year he was there. Gone. He goes to the SWAC, TSU. Charles McClellan is the AD at the time. TSU, they got money to burn at the time. Good money. They make him the highest paid SWAC head coach in history for basketball. Mike Davis was. Not only that, they go and they win. They get to the dance 4 or 5 years. And Mike Davis, understand, he knew his value. Either two things you want to do. His son was coming out of high school at the time. He loved Houston. And the son had actually committed to University of Houston. How about that? Think about that. Think about Antoine Davis in that lineup right now with the Cougars right now. Antoine Davis had committed to U of H, while Mike Davis was the head coach at TSU. Mike Davis wanted a long-term deal that TSU wasn't willing to commit to. He wanted he wanted like a 10-year deal, guys. That is unheard of for SWAC schools. So he took the money to go to Detroit Mercy, thinking, well, I get here with my son. I'll make national news because my son, I have faith in him. He's going to play. We're going to be on the news, which they were when his son was a freshman. He led the nation in scoring. Remember, at that time, I think Trae Young and Antoine Davis, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can correct me on the Boom Boom Room. And now you got to think about it. He's stuck at Detroit Mercy. But when he didn't get along and go take the side of Bobby Knight at Indiana, Mike Davis received death threats. Mike Davis received abundance of hate mail. Luckily, emails wasn't as prevalent as they were at the time. They were just coming. They were out there, but everybody didn't utilize the emails in such fashion. But it was, I mean, he got it. It was all he was considered a traitor by many of Bobby Knight supporters. So this is how some people could be feeling in San Marcos or at Texas State about TJ. So they expect you to keep your mouth closed and just go with the flow. They expect you the equivalent of what the news anchor attempted to apply unsuccessfully. Attempted to apply towards LeBron James a couple of years back when she's mentioned shut up and dribble. That's the equivalent of what they doing to coaches. They expect for coaches to do, like shut up and coach, shut up and herd the cattle, shut up and just get your paycheck and go with the flow. At some point, I really believe that more people of color will start to believe and understand that you have more power when it's galvanized, when it's unionized, than you could even imagine. Because if you imagined, or if you were, like the youngsters say, woke, if we were woke collectively, all hell break loose. Game over. And lo and behold, the brown, Latino, Hispanic culture, which I'm starting to see an uptick in a lot of basketball, and a lot of in the grassroots. Doesn't mean it's the end of them, but once because they're the tiebreaker, they're the X factor to all of this. Once they wake up, a certain group of dynamic of people who had long been in power, especially in states like Texas, once they wake up and start to vote, maximize their votes, is a wrap. They are, understand, people that don't live in Texas. Yes, Houston is the largest city in the state. As far as population wise, San Antonio has more people than Dallas.
I didn't know that.
I say that again. Population wise, San Antonio is the second largest city in the state of Texas. The majority of the race of San Antonio
Hispanic.
is Hispanic. As a growing HISD, Houston Independent School District. You know what the majority of that's the fourth largest school district in the country. Do you know what the majority of the population of HISD is? Hispanic. Our highest ranking judge, highest ranking non-federal judge in the city, Lena Hidalgo. She's Latino. She had zero experience. They had no way to measure her coming in because the analytics didn't measure for people with no experience. It measured. She came and beat a guy that was a judge, Lindsay. That was the equivalent of Buster Douglas beating Tyson in Tokyo. That was the equivalent of her winning that fight. He didn't even do a campaign.
She beat who?
What the judge? I think his name was Lindsay. You guys help me out. I think it was Lindsay, the judge who was the incumbent.
Oh, the old judge. Yeah, the old judge. Yeah. Okay.
You guys help me out. I don't remember his name. I want to say it was Lindsay.
Jimmy, you just blew me away, but you just blew me away with this. I know Dallas people. I didn't realize that San Antonio had more people than that. Not by much, but it does. It literally does. Oh, she beat Ed Emmett. No, what's the guy's name? It was Ed Emmett. It was another guy she beat, though. I know what you're talking about. But keep going, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
But Darryl Barnes just said something key, Jimmy, and you have told me this. But many Hispanics identify closer with Anglos than they do with. Yes.
Absolutely.
But the Anglos don't view them like that.
No, absolutely not.
That's a unique dynamic there. I'm sorry.
Remember the election back when President Obama was running. They went and used the senator from San Antonio during the Republican National Convention.
Yeah,
they went and used him. Then you get a guy like Ted Cruz.
What is he? Other than a damn fool. What is he?
Go look up his real name.
Juan. Name Juan. I mean something.
Go look up his real name. Yeah, it was the thing, Trey. It was Judge Emmett. I said Lindsay.
Yeah,
Emmett,
Judge Emmett.
The long-term incumbent judge that ran this town.
I think his name.
Look it up.
Juan Cruz or something like that. Juan Cruz or something. Oh, he's Cuban.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Cuban. And
they really think hold up. Them Cubans really think they white.
Exactly. He's a white Cuban.
Yeah.
And they have complexes with
Raphael, Jimmy, not Juan. Raphael Cruz.
There you go.
Raphael.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's his first name.
Raphael. Yeah.
He's a and Paul Miranda just said he's a white boy with a Mexican name and changed his name to appease to those who didn't know him at the time, thinking that he was rooting. He's one of us.
Raphael
And
Edward.
you got a president that talked about your wife like a dog.
Called her ugly and everything.
Worse than that. That's what the mics call. I mean, guys, once they.
How we get on this, Jimmy? How we get on this? Where we going with this?
Well, we just talking about waking up as a we were talking about the mention about
I just
people
want to know where we going.
Waking up and understanding the value, the importance of the power that dwells within you if your power is galvanized. You think I'm joking? This is I know it's a Monday, but it's a good day for this. I don't give a damn where you live at. Check this out. You can put this to the test this week. Wherever you live at probably has a home owners association or a civic club, right? If you was to get a neighbor to your left and a neighbor to your right, and y'all was to get on the you call it the three-way, and call the homeowners association head or the civic club president, and call that person on the three-way, and let them know, look, y'all tired of these dogs running down the street, somebody letting their dogs out, and y'all need to and hey, we fed up with this. They knocking over our trash, whatever. You know what do you think is going to happen? That person is going to say, the civic club president have. At the end of that phone call, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to either supply you with the means to help solve your problem, or they're going to get involved in solving that problem along with you. Okay. That's what galvanized power does. That's the 1/2 in this fraction. So if you take that thing to 100/200 or 5,000/10,000, then you see stuff starts to change. A lot of things we see change because people are afraid of tomorrow. They realize if they don't get on board with the change, then they're going to face the consequences of losing potential votes. This stuff is all politics. You're not going to avoid it anywhere. So then what happens is we have to net, which is what's happening right now. It happened in Ferguson, Missouri.
Missouri, yeah.
Remember, one of the very ladies, the lady whose son got killed, didn't she win the city council seat?
Yeah. I forgot her name. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So guess what? You ain't heard nothing else. They didn't clean house in Ferguson. Hell, they don't even want to show Cutie Pie's series no more. It ain't no drama no more.
Yeah, after Cutie Pie messed up when the son did that murder. Yeah, he messed up.
He thought studio gangster. But that was just one of the topics I want to get on now, guys. Okay. Of course, we are. Is it time for a break?
Yeah, it's time for a break. Yeah, quick break.
It's time for a break. We come back. I don't know the topic. You talk All-Star Weekend?
No, I ain't talk nothing.
You talk U of H and Tremont Mark. What Tremont Mark did to your homeboy?
Hey man,
you talk that?
Yeah, I did.
Tremont Mark did to your homeboy.
Jimmy, I was at Jimmy. I broke my rule. I went to the game. That's the first game I've been to in a year. And Tremont Mark broke my damn heart. You right. But we'll talk about it in a minute, because when I see him, y'all tell him when I see him, I want to see Tremont Mark. I don't want to see him on the street, Jimmy. He got me hot right now. But Chop Shop, we'll be back in a minute.
here, your relationship coach. Tell me, do you and your partner feel like you're struggling to communicate and have begun living like roommates? No need to worry. I can teach you new, healthy communication skills to improve your relationship. I provide coaching via teleconferencing from the convenience of any location, including your own home. Call me today to schedule your first appointment at 713-597-4499, or you can find more information at my website, www.allencounselinggroup.com. I look forward to working with you. Hey there, everyone.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. And Jimmy, I know you're going to give us all of this stuff real condensed in 15 minutes. But guess what, Jimmy? I just want, you was talking about politics a second ago. And I thought about something, Jimmy. It's telling, I was thinking about it, to the last two Democratic presidents, they began their presidencies with a Recovery Act and a rescue plan because of their inheritance was so catastrophic. Okay, the last two, Barack had the Recovery Act. Biden come in, he got the rescue plan, the Rescue Act. The American Rescue Plan wouldn't have been passed without a Democratic majority in the Senate. Always, people, always vote like your life depended on it, because voter suppression is not new. I'm just telling you. I just had to share that with you, Jimmy. I didn't want that to get off. Man, this stuff that happened, we ain't talked about over the weekend. That was some heck of a stuff got passed. If that race in Georgia didn't save us, Jimmy, I hate to see where we be right now. But Jimmy, come on. You want to talk about Tremont Marsh? You want to talk about, take me around the horn. Hey, that's a show. Take me around the horn.
Around the horn real quick. The U of H beat Memphis on the last second half court shot by Tremont Mark. And which I mean, Memphis always, they played Houston tough since Penny been there, but they're 21-3 on the season. And
watch this, Jim. That's how I feel right now, but keep going.
And of course, that heading into that was the conference finale of the regular season. And the AAC will engage in their conference tournament starting Thursday up in Fort Worth at the Dickies Arena. That Dickies Arena is a magnificent complex, a basketball complex. It is a fantastic facility. U of H has the #2 seed. Wichita State, obviously, they clinched the #1 seed, and both have byes in the first round. Houston will play the winner of Tulsa and Tulane, and that game will be Friday on ESPNU. ESPNU or ESPN2 is carrying that entire conference. You get all your shots of college basketball. It's tournament time. Shout out to Prairie View A&M as they ran the table in the SWAC, and
undefeated,
Byron went undefeated, ran the table. Byron B. Smith, he goes. I think they've won the conference. I want to say 3 years in a row they've won the SWAC. TSU, I think, came in third place. Jackson State finished runners up in the SWAC. So now Jackson State and Prairie View did not meet this season as both of their scheduled meetings were canceled due to COVID protocols. So they will be on opposite side of the SWAC bracket. Hopefully,
I got a question with Jackson State. Did they ever let that dude back on the team? The dude that walked off and threw his
I don't know.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
I remember that, but keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just thought about it. And Doug said, look at your phone. Oh, okay. You do.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks, Doug.
Okay.
And so that was what you guys check your local listeners. The Big 12 tournament is going to start on Wednesday, and they will be playing up in Kansas City, which they do every year. But in that Fort Worth thing, the reason that University of Houston, think about what they did. They've already played in this facility. Remember, that's where they beat Texas Tech at earlier this year in that same Dickies Arena. And so that should be like a comfort, a home away from home for the Cougars. We want to go down to grassroots. Remember, we got 15 minutes running around the horn. Grassroots basketball, the state playoffs, state tournament would be normally going on starting on this week and on Wednesday or Thursday. However, it's only the state finals in the UIL. So meaning that the state what would be a semifinals will be taking place Tuesdays around the state of Texas. In the Houston area, you have Beaumont United. I'm saying Beaumont Ozen. And they will be playing on Tuesday as part of a doubleheader at the Delmar Fieldhouse along with Huffman. Huffman had a shock Silsby.
How did that happen, man? I'm about to bragging on Silsby, and they go get their head toe off.
Man, and guess what? As I said, and somebody asked me, how did Silsby beat Yates? I asked the guy from Silsby, I said, man, what do y'all have to say about losing to Huffman? And they say, well, the same thing that the Yates people have to say. What they have to say about losing to Silsby? I say, well, Yates game and Silsby, I was there. The perfect storm presented itself, meaning that Silsby came out, hit shots early on. The fear factor wore off. So they wasn't afraid of Yates after the first 3 possessions, right? Then Yates' best player, their most recruitable and their best player, Chooks Isatua, who had gotten limited touches in the first half, he scored 12 points in the third quarter as Yates made a run to cut that lead down to single digits. Then in the fourth, he scored 12 in the third. Time the fourth quarter started, guess what happened? Chooks picks up his 5th foul with about 6.5 minutes to go. 6.5 minutes to go, he fouls out in a 5-point game. And the Yates had all the momentum until that point. A minute and a half later, their most athletic player fouls out. And the rest is history. Silsby held serve down the stretch, whooped Yates' butt. The perfect storm. I mean, you got the right situation where where the team's best player is neutralized, you have a chance to win. Those freshmen that had tore Yates off the bone, one of those freshmen went like 1 for 12 from the field. And that Silsby lost against Huffman. Huffman, that team has only one black on there. I told you how the setting was going to be. One side was going to be lily white, and one side going to be chocolate city, and that's what it was over at LaPorte High School. But I tip my brim to Huffman. This team, they didn't whine. They didn't claim about how many Division I players they got. They didn't claim about how much we sleeping on their players. They just went and you win. And I tell you, once you win and you win enough, then a person can't afford. It's impossible to ignore you. We can't ignore Huffman no more. Huffman is a 1 game away from playing in a state championship. They're 1 win away, 4 quarters away. Think about that. Now, speaking of the 5A, Beaumont United, I'm rooting with them. They got a chance to go. They're undefeated. They're the only undefeated team in the upper public school ranks in the state of Texas. They're led by 3 underclassmen: Terrence Arsenault, Wesley Yates Jr., and of course Traylon Porsche, all underclassmen who tote the note for Beaumont United. They will be in action, and in 6A, Atascocita would travel to San Antonio, where they will meet Austin Westlake. This game right here, I'm gonna tell you something. Atascocita wants a piece of Austin Westlake. Austin Westlake wants a piece of Atascocita. However, you better be careful what you wish for. And the thing is, Atascocita, remember, both teams have been there and done that, meaning been to the state tournament. Both of these teams have been at this threshold. Both of these coaches have been. The head coach for Austin Westlake, he's from out of Nacogdoches. He's from East Texas. Coach Lucero. Now, this is going to be a hell of a battle. But Atascocita, let me tell you what win me over. That game we showed on live on the Cube on Friday night. Atascocita and Summer Creek went down to the wire, took a last second heroics. It came down to, and boy, guess what? The kid from Summer Creek, the ball barely was stuck in his hand when the buzzer went off, and a game-winning potentially game-winning shot was ruled off, which was the right call. The referees got it right.
He was on top of that.
Luckily. And I'm going to propose when I get to San Antonio this weekend. I'm going to propose to them, somebody that in the age of TV, in the age of live streams, that somehow now they don't have an excuse. Just like the referees can go to the monitor, they should be willing to include some type of stipulation.
Long enough. We don't need no more of that. We don't need
no, but I'm talking about in a game, in a playoff game, if they would have made the wrong call and would have called that basket good,
Jimmy,
oh no.
Jimmy,
if the game is being televised, you should be able to go to the.
They made the wrong call on the traveling call, Jimmy. When it got 1, 2, I counted 1, 2, and kissed it off the glass. That was important. That was an important call for Summer Creek. I thought that could have been. So they missed that call also. So you're gonna miss calls in basketball, man. I don't believe they should bring that stuff in. No, not in the high school. No.
And speaking of the state, of course, Atascocita, once again, that particular game had a reason. What impressed me the most about Atascocita, first of all, tip my brim to Summer Creek. Great season, man. I mean, that's a hard way to go out, man. Ken Coleman, he did his job, man. He had those kids ready. He put them in, and that's what the job of a head coach is, or any coach, is to prepare you for the best possible chances for you to win. Put you in a situation where I'm putting you there. In other words, I'm gonna cut the light off. And I ain't gonna even say that. But anyway, you got to do it yourself. But back to high school. Let me tell you what I was impressed about. Think about this. Your team wins the game in the state quarterfinals. That means there were 8 teams left in the state at that time. Your leading scorer and your most recruitable player, who happens to be a senior, he did not attempt a single free throw, nor did he score a single point. And you still won that game. And that's Caleb Stewart, who signed with Louisiana Tech. He'll be up there with Junior Lofton next season.
They won, though, Jimmy.
I'm saying, so I was impressed with Atascocita.
Okay.
Despite the fact, how many teams out there do you think will win a game, a money game, if your best player don't score a single point and he's not hurt and he starts the game? He started the game, but he didn't finish.
I'm glad you said that, because throughout the season, I've been seeing even Caleb's mom always talk about how good of a team. This is a team game. This is a team game. This is a team game. This is a team. And guess what? Atascocita proved to us that, guess what? It takes a team. When my most recruitable player don't play, don't score, don't do nothing significant, like you said, and I still win that game by the hairs of my chin, by the way. But guess what? They won the game, man. And that's a testament. Yeah, you're right. That's a testament to that coach at Atascocita too. Jimmy, most coaches go when their best players out, they done. If their best players not doing anything, they're done. This particular coach, what is his name, Martinez? Man, he had them guys ready to play. I mean, it was Jimmy. What I liked about the game. I was saying the first person missed gonna lose this game, because everybody was making shots. Those young guys were making shots, man. It amazed me. So Jimmy, guess what? I messed up. I watched it on my computer. I didn't watch it on the TV. I forgot that game was gonna be televised. We didn't talk about it as I didn't get that memo that it was gonna be televised. I didn't know. Yeah.
And another thing, of course, as we get now, I want to remind you guys, speaking of state high school basketball, we get in a second. I got about 4 minutes left. Got to get up out of here. And the private school playoffs have reached the state semifinal round. Want to give a shout out in region and for the class 6A, Concordia Lutheran is still standing. They will play San Antonio Antonian, right? On Tuesday at 5 p.m. In Class 5A, we have the Woodlands Christian is in the Final Four of TAPS. They will play St. Michael's, right, on Tuesday. Also, we have a guaranteed slot for a Greater Houston team in the championship of the 4A TAPS classification, as the Westbury Christian will take on St. Thomas Episcopal. That's a trilogy. Both of those teams are in the same district. They meeting up in the semifinal round. I like this game. Guess where it's going to be played at, Adam? On a college campus.
You like the
HBU is hosting this game on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Westbury Christian versus St. Thomas Episcopal. And of course, the championship games will be played on Friday, which will go head to head with the UIL state tournament. Now, that's your dose of your high school. This past weekend, I went over to Doug Jones was covering it the whole weekend, the John Lucas All-Star Weekend, which was held at about 3 or 4 different locations around Houston. The MI3 was the headquarters for the event. And I stopped by on yesterday and called and stopped by, left, went to one of the other facilities, came back and watched the championship game. I was on board yesterday. It was and that was the event that I needed to get my batteries charged and going into as I prepare for the spring icebreaker. Last night, this game, Delilah Battle, she's a female coach who coaches the JL3 8th grade team. They ran the table, won first place. First place got $750 for each team that won every division. John Lucas been giving out money since he started the All-Star Weekend. It used to be $500 when the tournament first started down in New Orleans. And that's the thing that's funny as hell. People's like 8th graders are considered by the NCAA or as recruitable student athletes. Once again, anything past the 7th grade on up, you are recruitable student athletes. So shout out to John Lucas for his machine is well ran. In that championship game, you know how it is. I just saw one of the 8th graders who played in the championship of the 8th grade middle school championship the other week.
I heard.
That's why it makes so good. You get the kid Coleman Dutton. He would play for Wood Creek Middle School, which feeds into Atascocita and Summer Creek. He was on this JL3 team, and guess what? He was the red ant in his ant bed on his team the other week at Wood Creek. He's a role guy on this team. This team is loaded. They're long. John Lucas bringing Delilah Battle into the fold. It came with a price. It came with the sacrifice. And that is, you eventually lost Marlon Lowe. But grassroots basketball, as a director, you get Delilah has 3 teams. Each one of them kicks butt. Marlon Lowe has 3 sons. Would you rather 3 teams or 3 sons?
Man, y'all in this summer basketball.
Now the recap. How do we get ready to get about it? The recap for that game, you can find it in the VIP news on rcsports.com. But I want to give a shout out to this kid, Sebastian Williams Adams. He had 18 points. Nigel Walls, he's a long, light-skinned kid. Man, 14 points. He's good. Noah Newman, like little Victor Newman. He might be the only white kid on the team. So every time he get the ball, if there's a white kid on a sneaker flavored team, remember what I'm telling you now. Okay. And he's a guard. And if he starts or gets in the game in the flow of a game with regular minutes, you know what his nickname is. When he get the ball, what do people holler at?
Shooter.
That's his nickname. And that's just what he did. That's just what Noah did. Noah shot their ass to death. 5 for 9 from the field. He had 3 3-pointers. 2 of them was back-to-back in the first half. He finished with 16 points. And, of course, the big fella, Anthony Andrews, he didn't score that much. He didn't have to score that much, but he regulated. He grabbed them rebounds. He kept everything honest in that paint. I mean, I'm loving these guys. Check the recap out. And one thing I did notice, give a shout to Southern Assault, the team that JL3 beat in the championship. It was 72-63. They got a young man, Adam. I'm gonna tell you something. This young man name is Caden Edwards. Caden Edwards. Adam, you're gonna save this show because there's a great possibility that we're going to be saying his name and seeing a whole lot of this young man. He has a chance to really, really be a special high school basketball player. You see how I say that? See how the words, you got to use the words. I didn't say he's a pro. I didn't say he's a middle school kid right now.
How tall is he?
So he's a regular height. I say about 6 foot, regular size. Okay. Maybe 5'11", 6 foot, six footish. But guess what? The way that he walks, the way that he dribbles, the way that he changes speeds, the way that he gets up and lifts up and get his shot off, the way that he advances the ball, the way that he is on that court, it reminds me on first sight of an 8th grade rendition of De'Aaron Fox. He's even a left-handed kid. Caden Edwards. If people that know him, if they heard me just say this,
this is the guy who had the 60-some points from that. Yes.
He has a game that emulates everything about a De'Aaron Fox at that age. I'm not talking about the professional De'Aaron Fox. I'm talking about the 8th grade version of a De'Aaron Fox. And so that's hey man, we'll talk.
We got more tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the All-Star game. We got to talk about that.
And we got special guests tomorrow. Speaking of DFW area, is a special guest from DFW, a legend from DFW. Is going to join us on the Chop Shop tomorrow. You know, we're gonna put it out the bag right now. I got it. He confirmed he's coming in. And you know, and this is a guy with pedigree, a guy with street cred. From up there at the DFW.
See,
and he's going to join us.
Now I'm finna be thinking about Caden Edwards for the rest of the damn day.
Hey, guess where he's going to high school?
Duncanville. Yeah, that's him. Come on, man. I know. I didn't know the name, but I knew the game. But you're right. Let's get out of here, Jim.
Yeah, man. So thanks so much, guys. Did you share the show? Yeah, share the show right now. Get the share in. People come back and they can watch the recap. But we have to get up out of here today, guys. Got a lot going on. Make sure the spring icebreaker. We'll have more news on that. We're doing the schedule right now. Registration is pretty much closed down. I only got a spot for one 4th grade team. If you know a 4th grade team that want to get in the spring icebreaker, I could take them. And I could take
they can win the money too.
Yeah, $1,000.
I'm gonna go find me some fun. Give me a couple hours. I'm gonna find me some 4th grade.
I have a spot for 4th grade because I only have 5 teams in the 4th grade. I put a lot of teams out. Hell, I've put out approximately in the past 48 hours, almost 50 teams I bumped out of the icebreaker. We had too many teams. And then I told you, you're not gonna hold me hostage. You're not gonna wait till I put the schedule out, then say you're gonna come out, no. Hell. If you ain't paid you're not a repeat customer,
yeah,
you bumped. You've been bumped. So parents, you get on your coach's ass as to asking them why they're not playing. That's between y'all. But because I know you paid your dues, you paid your registration, and that coach, if he don't have his money for the first event of the season, that's between y'all. That means you might have picked the wrong program. We'll talk more about that on tomorrow though. But it's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Monday. It's gonna be one hell of a week, guys. We got a whole lot to go. Trust me. We'll talk more about the All-Star weekend. We'll talk more high school stuff. It's a lot of stuff in the mailbag we ain't got to.
I got something.
Oh man, I'm telling you, just save it for tomorrow.
I got you.
And the special guest who's doing great things in the community now for kids. We'll talk about him as well.
Right.
But guys, now it's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing. We'll see you guys in 22 hours. Peace. Chop
Yeah.
shop.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.